When asked whether or not we are Marxists, our position is the same as that of a physicist or a biologist when asked if he is a Newtonian or if he is a Pasteurian. There are truths so evident, so much a part of people's knowledge, that it is now useless to discuss them. No, Marxism is socio-economic analysis, socio-political inquiry. There are different schools of Marxist thought and theory. Marx has been badly misrepresented by so-called Marxists, as well as anti-communists in terms of propaganda. Yeah. But to say or claim that Marxism is, or should be considered, hard science beyond discussion is horse shit. Totalitarian thinking extremely dangerous. Everything should surely be open to examination. We should be skeptical. We should scrutinize what we read and what we hear. A Marxist says to me that the transition from capitalism to socialism is inevitable. I say no, it isn't. That's not a scientific truth. That many self-proclaimed Marxists have been dogmatic and dictatorial over the years and decades, this is true, in my opinion. You're welcome to disagree with me, of course. Okay, another quote. The feeling of revolt will grow stronger every day among the peoples subjected to various degrees of exploitation, and they will take up arms to gain by force the rights which reason alone has not won them. Anyone in a position of power, elected or otherwise, should think on these words and then think some more. Another one. Arms cannot be commodities in our world. They must be delivered to the peoples asking for them to use against the common enemy, with no charge and in the quantities needed and available. So, what's he saying? Communist countries should produce, or at least deliver, weapons into the hands of Marxist revolutionaries in countries to overthrow the enemy, which would be the capitalists, the capitalist dictatorship. What if what is needed or available falls into the hands of the enemy? What if the people, the common people, are infiltrated by unsavoury elements who take over the popular movement? Then say the uprising is a success and the new leadership becomes a new source of misery for the people. Then your weapon shipment has aided in the rise of a new oppressive power. Whether you're selling arms or giving them away, your actions could lead to a lot of bloodshed, misery, injustice, cycles of violence. Yeah. If you're moving arms around the world, you know, clearly obviously it's gonna lead to more violence, surely. Yeah. Another one. We socialists are freer because we are more fulfilled. We are more fulfilled because we are freer. The skeleton of our complete freedom is already formed. The flesh and the clothing are lacking. We will create them. Circular reasoning and rhetorical bollocks. What we must create is the man of the 21st century, although this is still a subjective and not a realised aspiration. It is precisely this man of the next century who is one of the fundamental objectives of our work. Che Guevara. What would he have made of me, the man of the 21st century? Yeah. Well, he died in 1967. The world has gone through many changes in the last nearly 5 decades. One big geopolitical change, of course, was the collapse of the Soviet Union. What would he have made of this? Perhaps he would view the world of 2016 as some kind of nightmare. Who now sits atop of the nations of the world, the most powerful country ever to exist? Che is quoted as saying, "Our every action is a battle cry against imperialism and a battle hymn for the people's unity against the great enemy of mankind, the United States of America." I'll finish with this. Hatred is an element of struggle. Relentless hatred of the enemy that impels us over and beyond the natural limits of man and transforms us into effective, violent, selective and cold killing machines. Our soldiers must be thus. A people without hatred cannot vanquish a brutal enemy. Okay, first I would say there are no natural limits beyond which a man can go, as in my view, nothing outside nature exists. Secondly, more importantly, I would argue that hatred and bloodshed are not the path to a better world for human beings. Stating the fucking obvious, surely. The world has already seen more than enough of soldiers killing, massacring, dehumanizing in the name of some political cause or other. A bloodthirsty, hateful murderer is no true friend of the people. As a young man, I never did have that rather cliché poster of Che on my wall. Yeah. He isn't my cup of tea. I never did go to university though. Does it show? Anyway, catch you next time, ladies and gents. Peace.